Welcome back. Netweb Technologies is in focus now. The company yesterday announced a partnership with Nvidia where Netweb will manufacture servers which are based on Nvidia's Grace CPU superchip and Grace Hopper superchip designs. That got the street very excited. Yesterday, the share price was up 10%. It's followed it up with another 2% gain. This is a recent listing. It listed towards the end of July. The issue price was about 500 rupees, but straight away on listing day, there was a pop and the stock had doubled. 947 was the listing price on the stock. And since then, it's been hovering, give or take, around that 900 rupee mark. We're now joined by Sanjay Lodha, Chairman, Managing Director of the company, Netweb Technologies. Mr. Lodha, morning, and thank you very much for joining in. This is Reema here. First, if you could just explain the nature of this partnership with Nvidia in very simple terms.
Yeah, good morning. So basically, this is a great partnership which basically we have entered with Nvidia, actually basically so as to manufacture the server systems based on the Grace and the Grace Hopper chips, super chips actually. So you can very well, as you know that basically this is Nvidia has always been at the forefront of the AI and the GPU computing, which is completely changing the entire dynamics of this world actually. So basically, this is a very, very innovative design. This is completely moving away from the traditional architecture of the x86 architecture. These are based on the RISC architecture. You know, basically the AI workloads today are really very complex, and basically they are delivering delivering performance which is much better than what used to be earlier. So that's the reason Nvidia has come up with a completely new architecture based on RISC, completely path breaking, based on Grace and Grace Hopper. So basically we will be manufacturing, really the first in the country, I'm proud to say that, to manufacture systems based on this, particularly the new architecture which has been basically introduced by Nvidia into the country. So basically this will bring basically the entire AI workloads under basically, it will help the AI workloads to scale up better, because you know how adaptive computing is growing today. And basically for that, compute is needed. And this chipset really helps to do that.
So you will be manufacturing servers which are based on Nvidia's chips, which are capable of handling very high complex AI workload, right? Very simplistically put. Okay. And the server design will require completely new architecture. Can you give us some timelines? When will these servers manufactured by you based on the technology with Nvidia be available in the market for sale? And do you have any soft orders, any commitments? What would the initial numbers look like by way of sales for you?
Yeah, so basically, really speaking, what has happened, basically NVIDIA provides you the reference architecture and you design about your own complete server boards completely on that. As I mentioned to you, we have very high-end manufacturing facility, as new SMT line, which we have said that the capex will happen in 25. We have preponed the capex to 24. So basically the entire design of the servers will be done and they will be manufactured. Basically, these are basically heavy, more than 20 layer boards, which will be completely manufactured. So basically, we feel that these will be ready by the server should be ready by end of approximately Q1 next year, 24. And as you know, that Jensen was here in the first week of September, and he has announced huge partnerships, and there is a huge demand for all the AI workloads from all the major Indian top companies. Actually, they are all planning huge deployments, primarily for the so as to cater to the worldwide demand of the AI. Actually, so basically, we feel there will be a lot of traction, and this will be path breaking because this will basically perform better on the specific workloads than the x86 architecture which was being followed, and this has been the trend worldwide, and definitely we will see a lot of traction around this in the country.
So, Mr. Lodha, help us understand the business implications. Clearly, this is cutting-edge technology. It is the future. It is the present. And, you know, your servers will be enablers, basically, for these very high-end NVIDIA chips. So now, what about getting business? Do you already have some inquiries? What is the kind of business that you envisage these very, very high-end servers will generate? And how might that change your margin profile? I don't know. I mean, for instance, will you be able to charge a lot more for these servers, considering their end use?
Yeah, so basically, if you really see, AI is gaining traction, and you know that currently if you see in my portfolio, HPC is somewhere around 35% of the business, private cloud and HCI is around 35% of business, and currently around 7% is AI. Okay, and basically seeing the traction in AI, we feel that basically this will definitely help us to increase the share of AI into our business from basic to up till at least 10 to 12% approximately, which I personally feel on a conservative level. So that is there. As regards margins are concerned, definitely, as you know, that basically we are growing at the rate of 40% CAGR, and gross margins we have been able to maintain around 26 to 27%. Definitely AI will have better margins because basically this is very innovative technology, but basically a lot of adoption will also happen. So there will be a 2%. If in totality, if I see that margins may improve by 1% or 2% in totality initially, but going forward, definitely it will definitely impact our margins, and definitely margins will be more as the share of AI goes up.
And so you've said that these servers will be ready for sale in Q1 of FY25, right? In the April to June period.
FY24, ma'am.
Calendar year 24.
25. That is basically by somewhere around June 24.
June, got it. But getting back to that earlier question, do you have any sort of soft orders, commitments, inquiries? What could the numbers, the revenue contribution from this be in FY25?
So basically, as I mentioned to you, all these are basically large corporates, and you know the government is trying to spend quite a lot of money on the adaptive AI. Actually, they are trying to set up a huge ecosystem so as to provide it to all the startups in the country. So that itself basically will generate a lot of demand. And basically, all these large corporates, they are already talking to us. There is a huge demand which we are already talking to them. So basically, I will not be able to disclose exactly the names of those entities actually at this point of time. But basically, we already have a huge demand with us, and basically we are just waiting to have the products ready so that we can roll them out, because worldwide this is getting adoption. And since we are manufacturing for the first time in the country, and basically since government has got Make in India policy also, so basically for the government which is they are trying to basically generate a huge cloud primarily for the startups, for the AI actually workloads. So that will be helpful in that. And plus, basically, as you know, recently we have also been awarded the PLI 2.0. All these servers are covered under PLI 2.0. So that will also help us.
An important point that you get the PLI benefits for this as well. Just a final point, you said that you are front-loading capex. What you were going to spend, I think, in the subsequent year, you are going to do in FY25 itself. How much is the capex outlay overall for FY25, and how much specifically for these AI-enabled servers, and how do you plan to fund it?
Yeah, so basically we have already at the time of going for the IPO, we had this in mind, and we had basically planned our capex somewhere around 35 to 40 crores in totality for our new line. Basically that was to be done in the next year, but we have preponed, as I mentioned to you on my 10 days back when I was there on your call. So basically we have preponed that, and basically we are deploying that capex within this financial year only. And basically the same facility which we have investalized and which we have designed, that the same facility will be used for these AI servers also, in addition to the other designs which we are working on the x86 as well. So we will be basically on the verge of the latest technology with Intel, with AMD also, and now with the basically Nvidia as well.
Mr. Lodha, we'll leave the conversation here for now. Thank you very much for speaking with us. We look forward to chatting with you very soon to talk about how the quarter has gone by. For now, we'll restrict the conversation to this Nvidia collaboration and partnership. The company is seeing huge demand. They can't put a number on it on account of confidentiality reasons, but there is huge demand for these AI-enabled servers, and the server should be ready for sale in June of next year. Get in